Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Dr. Nzimande, Sdumo, Dlamini, both of you have been intimately involved in policy in the ANC. I have to ask you, of all the things that we're talking about here, we're not talking about job losses, we're not talking about the fact that the economy is pretty much what it was 21 years ago. And I wonder if that's your concern as well, Sdumo, Dlamini.
Look, we have said even before this NGC that whilst we expect the NGC not to be reviewing policy but to evaluate performance thus far, we looked into the document. We thought it was quite weak on the issues around the economic challenges we're facing, the issues of job losses. It does gloss over, but still keeping the fact that, look, it's business as usual. And I think that sentiment from Cosatu has been quite a worrying one. And we were emphasizing the point that to expect this NGC to send a message that jacks up action, particularly from government, particularly from the private sector, a message that says we are faced with a crisis of unemployment, poverty, inequality, and we have to do things faster.
Dr. Nzimande, you're wearing your SACP hat now. Do you feel that that message is being jacked up, that we are facing a crisis here? Business confidence is down, GDP growth is down, job losses, whether it's in mining, in other parts of the economy. Every day now we read about job losses.
Well, of course, the NGC is always faced with doing two things at the same time. The one is the one referred to by the president of Cosatu, to evaluate what has happened since the last conference, but also then to say, what are the new challenges that are actually facing us? Though it's not a policy-making body, but it needs to do that. We are of the view as the SACP, which we share with Cosatu, that the document could have been drafted better if it said, we took these resolutions, how far are we? Have we implemented them? If we haven't, why? For example, just to give you a quick example, we have said the post office, the post bank must be given a license so that it becomes a state bank that doesn't operate like your ordinary private banks. We have said we need a state mining company. That hasn't happened, you know. Why has it not happened? And because those, by the way, are some, not all, but are some of the things that are pretty crucial in even beginning to address the very same crisis that we are facing now.
But both of you answer me here. Why is it that it seems as if at policy level we could have a debate about, oh, you know, is this a Rolls Royce or is this a Bondoki? But at the end of the day, it sounds like this is a problem with implementation. Both of you as alliance partners have deployed the wrong people to build up this capable state. It's not there, it's not capable.
You know, Justice, also, I think one thing that, by the way, we need to say as the SACP is that much as we should look into government about some of the economic problems, but we are allowing the capitalist class in South Africa to get away with murder. You know, because the way they are behaving, they want their huge profits irrespective of economic conditions. They complain that there is no leadership in government, but they continue to make the workers pay for the global economic crisis, and their executives continue to earn obscene salaries. Our view is that much as we must ask hard questions of the ANC as the ruling party, even ourselves as the alliance, we equally also need to be asking hard questions. South African capitals are amongst the most spoilt in the world.
Absolutely.
They don't care what the economic conditions are. If things are good, they eat on their own. If things are bad, the first thing they do is retrench workers.
Sdumo, Dlamini, at the first opportunity, your first meeting with the Tripartite Alliance Secretary General, shouldn't you raise this issue? That, comrades, we are in power now. The African National Congress got 62.15% of the vote. Let us now either come up with policy, enact legislation, come up with regulation that says you cannot when the fat years are here, enjoy your profits, and then in the lean years, the first thing you do is cut jobs. Shouldn't that be what you're doing? You're failing in your job.
Look, we're not, and I think we agreed, even within the alliance, what are the key challenges we're facing. But I think it has also been stated before that the ANC does have policies that are good, but implementing those policies is a challenge. And I've always argued in my mind that if you can't implement a policy, then there's a problem with the policy. But look, until we stop adopting an attitude of business as usual, and I think the message by the president when he was opening was saying exactly that, things cannot change, and that's a bit everybody must play, private sector, government, the alliance, and ease ourselves from all these nemesis, smaller issues that are really destabilizing our effort to make things happen. Cosatu has continued to make the point, guys, let's make it happen. We're faced with this crisis. Everybody must be seen to be acting to deal with the problem.
Are you seeing from this conference that these solutions are beginning to come through, given your criticisms of the document itself, of some of the progress that has not been made? Do you feel that this NGC will come up with some of that not business as usual kind of actions?
We're quite confident, you know. I mean, the spirit with which the delegates are engaging is very promising, and the tone set by the president and the secretary general, and the emphasis by the president in particular to say, let's not just moan about the challenges, let's come up with very concrete things that needs to be done. Let me one confidence that we will deal with these matters.
Let me then say to you, Sdumo Dlamini, your federation has had has gone through a lot of issues. You've had NUMSA now out of the federation. You've had the ANC announcing here that its membership numbers are down 1.2 million to 750, about 750,000. Isn't it that, I have to give it to you, your membership is up to 200,000. But I have to say, it looks as if the alliance is not the big, strong behemoth it once was, and that you're in trouble here, and that you're going to lose the 62%, you'll go down to perhaps 58, perhaps 50%.
Look, talk about Cosatu. We're going to our Congress in less than 32 days from now, 23 November, wherein that Congress confirms where we are right now in terms of our work to unify the organization. But I can tell you that we indeed have begun to say, as you say, we have heard these challenges. There are still some that are still there. We're getting there. The numbers thing is very critical, and any organization that ignores that it's very much to suffer. The points were laid bare by the president. He says factionalism, gatekeeping, the use or abuse of money has bedeviled our organizations, save for the SACP, which is still not at that space. But we draw strengths from what we have been going through, and we can say with confidence, if we stop these things and focus on the work that has got to be done, it is easy to grow our numbers, but we need quality numbers, those who love the organization and work for the organization.